Once again, injuries are starting to pile up for the Panthers. Things are getting a little crazy. I'll tell you who is injured, how long he will be out for, and what that means for the lineup tonight. There are some changes to all of the lines. I'll get into that in just a moment, guys, heading into tonight's game against the Vancouver Canucks. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Panthers Digest. I'm your host, Greg Andrews. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below because we want to make this channel get to 4,000 subs, guys. I would really appreciate it. Let's beat out all those other channels for the Oilers, the Lightning, the Golden Knights, Vancouver Canucks, whatever. Let's make this channel better than those because I know you Cats fans are the best fans in the NHL. Guys, again, thank you all so much. Remember, you guys need to stay up to date with anything and everything that has to do with your back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Well, here is the bad news. We're just going to get right into this, guys. Eetu Luostarinen is going to be out tonight. He did sustain an injury against the Tampa Bay Lightning the other day, so he is day-to-day. That is good news. So hopefully he will be back in the coming days. I'm assuming he'll probably play this game. They have a couple days rest, and then they're back again. So hopefully he'll be back in time for that, and it's just a one-game absence. But what does that mean? Well, he's going to be missed. He contributes a lot, and there we go. Lower body is out tonight as per Paul Maurice. He's considered day-to-day. So some big-time line changes, which we're going to get into, and here's a couple of other things that this is going to lead to. As I just said, I'll show you the actual lines in just a moment. I've actually got some graphics to show you there. Balinskis is back in. Sebrango is out. Gregor's coming back in. And Samoskevich is likely going to be playing on the top line with Lundell and Marchand. So I will tell you in a little bit later what exactly the lines will look like because the third and fourth line, they could be experimenting a little. I don't know if Cunning's going to be on the third line or the fourth. I'm assuming the fourth, and Greer will probably be on the third. But as they have it right now, different analysts and different sites are coming up with that third, fourth line combinations a little bit different. They're kind of swapping those two guys out. Obviously, Gregor is going to be on the fourth line. But those two guys could swap out possibly. So let's get into this game against the Lightning, which I couldn't believe what I was seeing, but I told you guys the Lightning were getting healthy that night. A lot of guys were coming back off of the injury list, and they did come out. They looked like they were faster. They had more in the tank. They were bringing it to the Cats. There were some really dirty plays, though, I feel like behind the plays from what I was hearing from the commentating. There were some missed calls, but you could say it goes either way. It's not about the referees winning or losing the game for the Cats. That's not what I'm saying at all. But at the end of the game, that interference call that was blatantly missed, that was clear as day on Bennett right in front of the net, where the puck was in control. Vasilevsky had stopped the puck already, and the whistle was blown, and then Bennett just got decked out of nowhere. Wasn't even really near the puck. He's probably about 10 feet away from it and just got hammered down to the ice, and nothing was called. And he was pissed, and then ended up getting the call on him. So I just don't get it. You know, Randy Moeller said it the best on the broadcast. He's like, I think the refereeing was really great up until that point in the third period where there was calls being missed. There were things happening behind the play that they weren't, blowing the whistle for, and there were cheap shots. There were definitely cheap shots. The elbow by Bennett on Kucherov, who really ended up selling the hell out of that hit, which was ridiculous. Didn't even really get the elbow that hard. That was nothing, and he sold it. Even Randy Moeller on the call and Goldstein said he sold that one pretty well to the referee. So good job on the Lightning for being, let's dance in the daffodils a little bit and try just to get those calls. I mean, the Panthers didn't try to play that card. Mackie Samoskevich obviously is going to have some nice scarring with that stick to the face. That obviously there was no reason for the Lightning player to raise his stick that high when the puck wasn't there. It was on the ground in the corner. The guys lifted his stick, caught him up in the face. 4-minute double minor. So didn't like the way we played. I'm not going to say anything against the fact that the Lightning did play better than the Cats. They had higher danger shot opportunities. They capitalized when they needed to. And the one goal that put them ahead 2-1, where Sebrango literally tripped over his own feet, which I'll show you in just a moment, that's the game winner, guys. And we had opportunities. Reinhart, towards the end of that game in the third period, had pretty much what looked like a wide open net. Didn't get a lot of wood on it. And then I think there was another one with Reinhart, or it was Bennett shooting the puck and had a wide open goal. And I think it was Lilleberg who came, or whatever the hell his name is, came across the ice and blocked the shot with his calf. And I just couldn't believe what I saw in that game. I was a little taken back by how the Cats just didn't come out with a lot of urgency. What I was seeing was a team like the Lightning were coming out trying to make a statement win, and that's exactly what they did. You know, they wanted to show the Cats that what happened at the end of the regular season, that 7-point victory, wasn't, oh yeah, you're going to come out tonight and you're going to kick our butts. That's not going to happen. And surely it was just a very rough game for the Cats. I didn't like the way that they played, and they looked like they were just a little more lethargic. They really did. They didn't look like they had the kind of energy that they had in the previous two games, that the spacing that they were creating, the shots that they were putting on the net. I mean, all of their shots were going at Vasilevsky. And speaking of that, let's just jump into the video right now of the game. Here we go. Like I said, shots right at him. That's Marchand shooting it right at pretty much Vasilevsky's, I would say, either his belly button or his crotch or somewhere in between, and easy stops. But look at the defender on the front, too, trying to get down on the ice and block it. Here, Kucherov, great pass across ice, better stop by Bobrovsky. Again, Bobrovsky just being magical again. Just this unbelievable goaltender, doing everything he can to keep his team in the game, and that he did. And I was a little bit frustrated with the fact that, like, why can't this team help their goalie a little bit more by scoring more goals and shoot the puck into the corners like they did the previous two games? But anyways, here is the Lilleberg goal. I mean, just gave him too much space right there, not getting into a better position. That's not even getting really in the shooting lane, but a great shot by Lilleberg, right up and over Bobrovsky's shoulder, perfectly netted in the corner. And that was a quick wrister, man. That release was lightning fast. So let's keep it rocking and rolling. Great job here by Marchand, going with the backhand right up and over Vasilevsky. I mean, Barian, awesome. And here are more of our shots. That one, we could have scored there, but you give Vasilevsky that extra half second to a second to adjust his positioning, he's gonna make a save, and that's exactly what happened here. Samoskevich had a great pass. Verhaeghe just couldn't get enough of his stick on it to control the puck early enough to make sure he could get a better shot on net. And sure enough, there you go. Like, you got the right side of the net there, you see open, but shooting with the stick and, a left-handed shot is not going to give you that nice, I mean, that's going to be a hard shot to get. Verhaeghe threw it right at Vasilevsky, easy stop for him. So here we go. And there we go. This is the goal that I was just like, wow, really? We actually had really good positioning before this. Sebrango just caught off guard. I don't think he thought that puck being lifted to center ice was going to bounce the way it did. He tripped over his own feet, and then the rest is history with the backhand right there. And then here we go again. You could see there, Reinhart didn't get enough on that. Easy save for Vasilevsky. What can I say? You can't win games if you're shooting the puck at the goaltender or anywhere that it's like within his reach of his glove. And we made Vasilevsky made it easy for him that night. Although there was a few times where some cross ice passes, again, just not putting it in the good sweet spots, not getting enough wood on it, lifting it high enough, whatever it might be. I mean, hockey is a tough game, guys, and it takes a lot of skill. That's why I don't play it professionally. To be able to do the things these guys do in the moment is incredibly difficult. But let's keep rolling forward here, guys. Let's get back to these images. So that was tough. Tough game to watch. We're going to take the L right now, but we got to step things back up this evening against the Canucks. And here we go. This is what our lineup looks like tonight. Top four lines for the Cats. Like I said, Samoskevich on the first. Cunnin is in. Gregor is in. Are they going to switch out? This graphic here shows Cunnin on the third line. I think he's actually going to be on the fourth line. Greer will probably be on the third line. And then there you go. You're going to have Boquist, Bennett, and Greer probably on that third line. And it's going to be Cunnin, Schwindt, and Gregor on the fourth line. And then here's our defensive pairings. Balinskis is in for Sebrango, who has done a phenomenal job, but I think the kid needs a rest. He's been playing his butt off. Let's hope that this defensive pairing can get back to business. They can start blocking some shots. They can start really working on the back check and making sure that they're not letting anything get through to Bob tonight, who is going to be in net. Okay? And by the way, Petrie is playing his 1,000th game tonight, so congratulations to him on that. So scoring leaders: Elias Pettersson, Kiefer Sherwood, top goal scorer, Quinn Hughes, assist man right there. Those are the guys that we have to look out for. Hughes looked like he did get injured in his previous game, but he is back. He is in the lineup tonight. He's going to be playing, and they had a huge comeback win against the team we just lost against, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Scored 6 unanswered goals to win the other night. So this should be a very interesting game. Again, look for Brad Marchand in that first line to really pick things up. I think Mackie Samoskevich is going to be a great fit there because he really knows how to handle the puck. He gets it off his stick quick. He's a great passer, got eyes in the back of his head. So I really do like this kind of, he has to be on that line. I think it's going to work well. And we'll see what happens, guys. You know, there's still a lot of season left to be played. I do think they need a W. If they lose again tonight, they're going to get into a little bit more trouble. They're going to, like, I thought they were looking better, but you just leave it to the Lightning to kind of kick us while we're down and take some cheap shots. So here we go. Goaltending comparison. It's going to be Lankinen versus Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky has all the advantage here. I mean, save percentage is negligible, but better wins, better goals against average. We'll see how it goes. And team stats, comparing them, they have a better goals for. We've got a better goals against average by about a half a goal, which is, I think, our strength is going to be, can we make our penalty kills, which you see there's almost at 80% now. It's gone way up. And theirs is pretty terrible on the season. Can our special teams be special again? Can we capitalize on the penalties and throw these things in the back of the twine, get those cross-ice passes, put ourselves up, take advantage of those odd man opportunities, and go up, win the game? I think we are going to be in control of this game. We need this win. And you can see last 5 for us, last 5 for them. We are 3-2. They are 2-3. They've won when they've needed to win against the teams that have the worst point totals, the lower point totals, I should say, in the Lightning and the Columbus Blue Jackets. But the teams in the middle, you see there, big-time teams. Carolina, Winnipeg, Colorado, especially Colorado, but they hung in there. 2 overtime losses. That's the thing we need to be careful of tonight. We cannot think that this team is going to lie down and just, okay, Panthers are going to kill us. No, they're going to take advantage of the fact that there's no Tkachuk, there's no Barkov, there's no Kulikov. You know, we've got so many guys out. They're going to take full advantage and go at 110 miles an hour tonight. So again, look out for them to have a fast start. So we got to be on our toes. These guys have to be ready to be very aggressive on that forecheck and try to keep the puck in their offensive zone. If we're not keeping it in our offensive zone, we're going to be in trouble tonight. That's kind of what happened against the Lightning. Every time we got into their offensive zone, we got a shot, then it went the other way. There was also a lot of time in the neutral zone. So we've got to find a better way to control the puck, set up, start making our way into our offensive third, control there, keep the puck in the corners, find ways to get it to the open guys. Here we go. Injury report. Need I say any more? Just keep it pretty straightforward right there. Lusteran and Gadjevich are out tonight. And here are the guys we have to look for. Obviously, Quinn Hughes, Elias Pettersson, Kiefer Sherwood, who's got 12 goals on the season, same total as Brad Marchand. And one of the things you can see there is Connor Garland is not in. He's one of their big-time guys for the power play who can actually set up his guys. He's also got 8 assists on the season. So kind of a good thing for us, kind of a bad thing, but not going to hurt them at all. And Philip Chytil won't be playing tonight either. Excuse me. But I'm not too worried about him. But it's that top line there of Pettersson, Sherwood, and Kane. But I like the fact that we always get in Kane's head. He seems to hate playing against us, and we always seem to get the better of him. So hopefully that will happen this evening. And here we go. Well, not about that. Sorry, this is all from the other night, a few nights ago. So, guys, am I worried about tonight? Not really. I think the Cats will bounce back. I think Bob will have a big game tonight. I think with the changes on the lines, could it throw a little bit of a monkey wrench in how things have been the last 3 games? Maybe. But I'm not too worried about the top 2 lines. It's that last line that I'm a little worried about. It's Bennett that I'm getting worried about. It's Verhaeghe. I mean, Verhaeghe had several chances the other night to score against the Lightning and did not capitalize. So we have to make sure that those two guys can get back on the horse and start scoring some goals. It's like you think they're going to. As soon as they score the goal, like, oh, okay, yeah, they're back. No, they're not. The only guys that are back, Marchand, Reinhart right now are the consistent guys at the moment, keeping this team afloat. But again, like I said, if we can keep in our homestand, win 80% of these games, move up the standings, Tkachuk comes back before the new year, and then once we hit the road, we're in good standing. Maybe we're in one of the top wild card spot, or just in that last place in 6th in the East, or whatever the hell it is. If we are in one of those playoff spots that are solidified, not wild card, good. Because it's going to get tough in the second half of the season. A lot of games on the road. But anyways, guys, I am not worried. I think the Cats will pull it off tonight. They should get the victory. Let's hope they do. I look for Brad Marchand to have a big game. I think Mackie Samoskevich will have a really solid game tonight. I think he's going to be throwing them and looking for Marchand left and right. Same thing Lundell. I think they're going to have fun out there tonight. And, I don't know. The other lines are going to be, who knows? I mean, let's see if Verhaeghe and Rodriguez and Sam Reinhart can get things going on that second line too. The matchups are there for us. They really are. But let's see how it goes. It's going to be a physical battle. I'd say we will be. The Cats are going to pull it off. I'm going to say 4-2 victory. But anyways, guys, good game tonight. Look out for it. I think it's 7:30. If I'm wrong, excuse me. It's either 7 or 7:30. But anyways, guys, I'll talk to you later. Enjoy the game tonight. Go Cats.